Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disney California Adventure to give you a crowd update for the month of June. It is Saturday, June 15th, so let's get going. And we'll just go ahead and begin our crowd update here at Buena Vista Street. Always a little bit of congestion through this area, like you never get clear, wide open pathways, as there's always people coming in and out of the park. Pretty much unless you come right first thing in the morning, although it doesn't look too bad, truthfully. Nice and fairly open through here. We did Disneyland just a few minutes ago, though it will have been a few days ago by the time this video lands on the channel. We do film multiple videos per visit when we come up here to Disneyland. And we're approaching our first little hub point, if you will. There's a couple of these hub branching points. And we can go left towards Hollywoodland and Avengers Campus, straight towards Avengers Campus and Cars Land, or what we're actually going to do is spin off to the right for once. I don't think we ever really start over at Grizzly Peak, and so that's where we're gonna go first. And I will admit that my motives for coming this way first are entirely selfish. It's pretty warm, 85 degrees, not terrible. I've had much worse at Walt Disney World, but I could use a refreshing drink. And I'm gonna uphold a promise to myself, coming to Smoke Jumper's Grill to get that delicious Pog Punch again. When I first discovered the Pog Punch had made it onto the menu here at Smoke Jumper's Grill for the summer, I said that so long as this item was here, every single time I visited, I would be buying this because I love Pog that much, and Disneyland doesn't always have it. Wow. So good. Every single time. Love me some Pog. Passion, orange, guava. Almost walked right by it. Woo! Lightning lane return line, or arrival window line. I need to stop saying return. That's an old fast pass term. Arrival window line for lightning lanes at Soarin'. Long line. Not a whole lot of line on the outside, but 90 minutes. 90 minutes. You say, why? If the line looks that short, is it 90 minutes? Look at this. 1, 2, 3. 3 double wrapped lines for the lightning lane. Crazy. For the line to be that long, I wonder if it broke down earlier today or something else broke down earlier today. And a lot of people were awarded an MEP, multi-experience pass, which allows them to ride it later on at any time that they choose outside of, you know, like a regular 1 hour arrival window. Oh, look, it's Pluto. Hey, Pluto. Oh, I love Pluto. I don't hear rushing river. I don't hear splashes or screams, which is a bummer. Wow. Major bummer for Grizzly River Run to not be open today. This is the hottest day that we have had of all 2024 so far. 85 degrees as a high. I don't think we've seen that as a high yet so far this year. It's not unheard of. I've actually seen 113 degrees in June before. That one, I mean, that was an insane June, because if you've watched any of my summer type videos, we talk about June gloom and the marine layer. When we left our house this morning at approximately 5:45 a.m., the marine layer was gone in East County, San Diego. El Cajon specifically is where we live, and I mean, there was no cloud coverage, no marine layer. There was a slight marine layer here at Disneyland when we first arrived this morning, but by 8:30 it too had completely burned off, which is fairly early. I have been here at Disneyland when the marine layer has not burned off at all day long. It has stayed cloudy. I feel like the marine layer arrived early this year in April, and we get Grapril, and then it was its thickest during May, which is May gray. But this year, June gloom was very short-lived, and we are just getting beautiful clear blue sky days here at Disneyland. Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, this is not a construction update, but Amy tells me that it is been moved to, I think, July 23rd. I'll put the actual date at the bottom of the screen. It was supposed to be June 17th this was going to reopen, and now got moved out till July. Hopefully we don't see that date move again. would be really great if the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail would finally reopen. Been closed since March 4th. Now we have reached another hub space, if you will. If we go straight, we'll go through Pixar Pier, and we'll get through Pixar Pier soon, but we're actually gonna head down this direction, passing by the Little Mermaid here off to our right, Ariel's Undersea Adventure. I did see that the posted wait time was 25 minutes. We're gonna walk by the queue as we go down this path and stare at that queue and see if we agree with the 25 minutes or not. It probably is fairly accurate. 25 minutes used to be that the longest Little Mermaid would ever get. And truthfully, I haven't really seen it up higher than 25 minutes since it has been added to Genie Plus. However, what I just haven't seen is it really go much below 25 minutes either. So it's just been staying at 25 minutes pretty constantly all the time. And here off to the right is the queue. It is very full, very full. And I imagine all the weavings and wraparounds down here are pretty full as well. We'll see what we can see around the corner in a minute, but definitely 25, if not longer. Might be pushing 30. Usually does not go much above 25 though, in my experience. Golden Zephyr looks like it is operating. It's always a risky one. A lot of times that one will be closed if it is the least bit windy. And it does seem to be fairly breezy today anyway. I don't know if you can tell in the audio feedback, if you can hear it or not. But if it gets too windy, Golden Zephyr will close. Currently open. No line down here at the bottom. Probably a 5-minute wait. I mean, if it says it's anything higher than a 5-minute wait, it's lying. Because that's definitely nothing more than a 5-minute wait. Jumpin' Jellyfish over here, a 5-minute wait, or at least posted as 5 minutes. Did you know that Jumpin' Jellyfish is Little Mermaid themed? I mean, it doesn't necessarily look it, but Jumpin' Jellyfish comes from a line in the movie that Sebastian says, "Jumpin' Jellyfish." Straight across from Jumpin' Jellyfish is Goofy's Sky School, posted at a 35-minute wait. Let's go see if we can get a better look at the queue. Looks like the entirety of the primary queue space is completely filled, and it was starting to stick out of the attraction. They do have this extended queue space that it is not in use. I have seen this ride longer than 35. In fact, I would say like 45 is more typical in the busier times of the year at this time of day. I forgot to say it in this video. I said it in the Disneyland one, but today is Saturday, June 15th at approximately 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:30 in the afternoon at Disney California Adventure on a Saturday in the month of June, right smack dab in the middle of June too. 2 levels of pass holders were blocked out beginning on June 7th. That means only Inspire and Believe Key members are allowed into the park right now. The other 2 pass holder levels are blocked out until mid-August, or roughly thereabouts. They're staggered. They don't both come back at the same time. Silly Symphony Swings says it is a 5-minute wait. That's possible. Probably more like 10 though, because I doubt the people at the back there get on the attraction next. They'll probably have to wait 2 ride cycles, which I bet is like more 8 to 10 minutes than it is 5. But I think they round it down, so if it's gonna be 8 minutes, they would post it at 5. Incredicoaster there going by. Next up will be Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind. The sign on the outside here says it is a 15-minute wait. Given the length of the line, I would say it's probably closer to 20. Just a guess. Could even be 25. Where I found Disneyland to be exceptionally empty compared to what I'm used to for this time of day and a Saturday, I'm actually finding DCA to be either where I expect it or in some regards slightly above what I expect it to be. So I guess all the crowds are just a DCA today. Pixar Pal Around, we have 2 different rides here in one. Non-swinging gondolas posted at 30 minutes. And the swinging gondolas are posted at 45. The non-swinging line is coming to right here. So this is actually the exit to the attraction, right through here. But to the left of the white line is the non-swinging line. It wraps all the way around there, and then the line goes the other side. Over here is the swinging, and you can definitely see there's a lot more people over here. The line does split right there, and one goes over here and another one goes over there. So until you get to this point, this upper portion will actually move a lot quicker than after the merge down there. But it's really hard for me to say whether these are accurate. The non-swinging doesn't look like 30 to me, but the swinging definitely could be 45, if not longer. There are 2 swinging gondolas for every 1 non-swinging gondola during the loadings. They load 3 at a time. The 2 on the outsides are the swingings. Right here tends to be a congested area of Disney California Adventure as we come through Pixar Pier with Toy Story Midway Mania over off to our right. We are approaching the line before I can see the standby wait, so we get to play the guessing game. But this one's always hard because it really is dependent upon lightning lanes. There is quite a bit of open queue here though. It could be worse. I'm gonna say 45, but I wouldn't be surprised to find it higher. I feel like I might underestimate this one. 45, all right, I was right on. Jesse's Critter Carousel, as always, I would be shocked to see it anything over a 5-minute wait. 10 happens once in a blue moon. And yep, 5-minute wait. Incredicoaster. 50-minute wait. No guessing here. I can't. But I think the line you're seeing is actually the lightning lane arrival line. So let's see how far the lightning lane goes. And yep, still going. Okay, there's the back of the lightning lane. I've definitely seen worse. It could be worse. But that would contribute to the 50-minute standby wait. This line to our right is the single rider line. Not too many people in line for the single rider line. This one's probably a bit harder going than some of the single riders, given that there are just 2 people. And parties of 2 and 4 are the most plenteous. So single riders work best on rides like Matterhorn and Radiator Springs Racers, which have rows of 3. In fact, Radiator Springs Racers is probably the single best single rider line at the Disneyland Resort for how quickly it gets you on over the standby wait. Although there is one other potential, and that is Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. That one almost never has anybody in the single rider line. And usually if I go with James, we'll get put in the same vehicle even. And so that's great, because then we're both engineers for the same team. Of course, the downside of single ridering Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is that you will always be an engineer, always. Because they'll place the party of 4 as pilots and gunners, and then their single riders get slotted in behind them. It's just the way that they arranged it. If you waited in the 50-minute wait, you get your prime pick of the spots, if you will. Now, some people love to be engineers, and if you are a primary, like you just love the engineer position the best, sound off in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Personally, I love to be the pilot, in fact, the right pilot that controls the up and down motion and gets to launch us into hyperspace. Secondarily, I love to be a gunner. I really like to be a gunner. You just mash that button like crazy. Gonna head on over into San Francisco Square now to cut over into Cars Land. And I feel like engineers are just along for the ride. You get to push a couple of flashing buttons if the pilot wrecks. Only if the pilot wrecks do you actually have to push a button, aside from firing the harpoon that will allow you to get the coaxium containers. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll change the subject now. San Francisco Square here, most of the tables look pretty full. Once upon a time, there used to be so many tables here, you never have trouble finding a place to sit. But lately, ever since they've turned it into San Francisco Square, I do feel like this place has gotten a bit more popular. Now, the food locations didn't really change. The food offerings didn't really change. It's just the theming. And I guess don't get me wrong, it was busy before. but I feel like I never had trouble finding a table before. And we just walked through there and I didn't even see enough room for 4 people anywhere so far. Okay, maybe right here, but you'd have to ask that person to move their backpack. Heading in the back way to Radiator Springs Racers. Love this view. Is it running? I think it is. I can hear it. There they are. Radiator Springs Racers is another one of those rides where you're just not sure. Is it actually going to be open or not? Who knows? This walkway back here, excellent. Hardly anyone ever back here. The tables right along flows here. Perfect for watching the cars go by as you eat lunch. Highly, highly recommend. We'll head down Route 66 in just a little bit here. And we'll even go over there to Luigis Rollickin' Roadsters in just a minute. But I do want to swing down this way and check on Radiator Springs Racers line though. Posted at a 75-minute wait. Let's go in the single rider line a bit and see if we can get a closer look at it. And there it is. That's the back of the line. 75 minutes is not terrible for this attraction. And the line doesn't really necessarily look 75. I'm curious to see how far the single rider line here goes. We're not gonna go all the way down though. There's a little exit door down here that I'm gonna go through to get back out the other way. But wow, the single rider line's virtually empty. I think it's going, oh yeah, it's, here, let's just keep walking. I'll show you where the back of the single rider line is. It looks good. So again, I said to single rider, this is the #1 way to ride this attraction, in my opinion. So that's the back of the single rider line right there. And it looks really good. My best guess is 15 to 17 minutes on that single rider line. Yeah, it wasn't that long. It's pretty awesome. 15 minutes for a 75-minute standby posted wait time. Yeah, you see why I say it? In case this is one of the first times that you are watching one of my videos, in order to ride single rider, everybody in your group that is going into single rider must be over the age of 7, and your party will be split up. If you're lucky, you'll ride in the same vehicle. One of you in the front row, one of you in the back row. That'd be if you were seated with a party of 4. And if you have a group larger than 2 people, you'll probably be like a couple of consecutive cars in a row, but maybe not. It just depends on the draw of the people in the standby line. Generally speaking, you get to ride pretty close to your family members, but you just won't have, they won't be sitting next to you. In the words of Penn Holderness from Holderness Family Vlogs, we can all enjoy this ride alone, or none of us can enjoy this ride together.
Well, would you rather have a great experience by yourself or no experience with all of us?
Whoa. Luigi's Rollickin' Roadster posted at a 5-minute wait. That is really, really low. It must have just broken. That's all I can guess. Just reopened. And here it is. And the line is definitely non-existent. The back of the line is actually right up there, which is pretty close to where they let people in. And then all these people coming in right now are brand new entering the line. So like I said, this is gonna fill up fast. I feel like it must have just been broken. The only reason why this attraction is a 5-minute wait. Standard wait time at this time of day on a weekend is 40 minutes. It's about 3 o'clock now, and we're coming to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, posted at a 15-minute wait. The queue doesn't look too bad. I'd say that's 15 minutes. Just in my experience. This is the main thoroughfare here that, like the main artery of the park that connects all of the lands with the front of the park. And I often forget that these food booths are still up. Usually there's not food booths going on this time of year. Pixar Fest, bigger and better than ever. And so they have a lot of food festival booths up. Even now, going into summertime, a little bit busier over here in this area, but we are going to detour in just a minute and head down into Avengers Campus. Along with Pixar Fest, they do have a parade that's going on in about an hour, 4 o'clock. That's what these ropes are for, blocking off the paths for the parade. Let's head on into Avengers Campus. If you're ever walking through this area and you see a ton of people, they're mostly all going to be over here, a ton of people in this area, it means that Spider-Man is about to do his stunt show right up here. But nobody there right now, which means the stunt show isn't anywhere around. You can check the Disneyland app, go to Entertainment, navigate to Avengers Campus, and then click on one of the stars in this general area. You'll probably see that Spider-Man show listed, and it will list all of the show times throughout the day so that you can plan accordingly. You really don't need to show up any more than like 10 minutes beforehand. But you can show up earlier if you want to. I just don't think it's necessary to show up any earlier than like 10 minutes beforehand. Oh well, I thought that was one, that standby sign was one that my glasses just couldn't see. Nope, the standby sign's just not working. So, guessing. 30? The sign wasn't working because it says temporarily closed in the app. They're still letting people in line, so I don't know if it's closed anymore. They just haven't got all of that up and going yet. So I can't even look at the app to see what the wait time is. No shows going on in this area either. No meet and greets over there. This is probably like the emptiest I've seen Avengers Campus in a while. But don't worry, the crowds will come anytime shows are going on. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout posted at a 120-minute wait. Okay, so this is perplexing. So this is an outdoor queue portion right here. And for it to be a 120-minute wait, I would expect it to be full. It's really hard with the bars for you to get a good feel for this line. But there's no way that should be a 120-minute wait unless the lightning lane is insane. Now we gotta go back and take a look at the lightning lane. Okay, so the lightning lane doesn't look terrible. It's not like, you know, this is it. This is what you're looking at, plus whatever's in there. But like, it's not at least backed up out here. At least not too bad anyway. Maybe it's the ride itself. There are 3 elevator shafts up here. So you've got this one over here. You've got this one right here. And then there's another one on the other side of this like hole that I can't really see from this direction here. So there are 3 shafts. I'm gonna wait and see. Maybe they're only running like 1 shaft, and that's why it's gonna take forever. Okay, the middle one just opened, so the middle one is running. Yeah, bummer. Only the middle shaft is working, which means out of 3 shafts, they're only running 1. And there are actually 6, well, I don't have 6 fingers, but there are 6 total loading stations, which means they're down to 2, 1 upstairs and 1 downstairs for everybody. Got a lot of people camping for the parade already up here as we head into Hollywoodland. The parade actually starts right back there next to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Works its way down this road, and then it follows the trolley path, turns left here, heads down to the hub from Buena Vista Street and Sunset Boulevard, and then turns left to head down towards Pixar Pier. So it starts all the way up here and heads down this road. So yeah, people camping out already for that parade, which will be going now in probably about 45 minutes. But we are gonna come back here to Hollywood Studios. Just 1 attraction back here. And that's gonna be Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue. 25-minute wait posted time. We'll come over here, walk into the line a little bit. Let you see how it looks, because 25 minutes isn't too bad. Straight ahead here is the lightning lane, so not even that many people in the lightning lane, which is probably then why it's only a 25-minute wait, because most of the queue does look filled. If I were guessing, I probably would have called this 40. But of course, that's all going to be based on the lightning lane. The longer the lightning lane is, the longer the standby line becomes. I mean, that's all the rides. You got Mickey's PhilharMagic, but there's never a line for that. Everybody who is in the theater waiting, or in the waiting room rather, gets into the theater. It's not like Walt Disney World. Not at all, where you could potentially not make it into the show and have to wait an additional 15 minutes. Usually never worse than that, but I mean, at Magic Kingdom they fill every seat. And I would be surprised if half of our theater gets filled. Don't know why. Don't know why that is. Maybe because Magic Kingdom is hotter. Way, way hotter, way more humid, and Mickey's PhilharMagic is an escape from the heat into air conditioning. It's still that here in the summertime as well, but we just don't get as hot. Just coming up with reasons. I don't know. And that's it for our time here today at Disney California Adventure, giving you a crowd update for the month of June. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. If you've got questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. Click this video to watch the Disneyland crowd update, and we will see you again next time.